Welcome back to the Leading the Pack podcast. This is episode 35? We are 35% of the way to be getting to 100 episodes. It's actually pretty cool. So, we're 35 episodes into this, and I finally reached an episode that, I actually don't have a lot to talk about. Not that I don't have a lot to talk about, or it's not that I have anything. It's not like I don't have anything to talk about. It's just that the thing that I'm talking about kind of sucks, because it's not a fun thing to be talking about. Now, how I'm going to be combating this is, I said it before, is I wanted to start doing some different things with this podcast. So, a little bit of an announcement before we get into this episode, which I don't think is going to be that long. There's going to be 2 episodes this week. This is something I want to continue with, and I'm going to try to continue with. Now, I know what you're probably thinking. You have a hard time. Just last week, you kind of messed up the episode and had to re-record it on Wednesday to put it out on Thursday. I know, that's crazy. So, bear with me, because this is going to be fun. The idea is I've always wanted to have something where I can talk about whatever I want. On here, I know I'm not really strapped because it's my show and I can do whatever I want with it. But it doesn't feel right if I'm talking about other things on here other than sports. Like the Spider-Man trailer just dropped, which, fun fact, that's something I'm gonna be talking about. The Spider-Man trailer just dropped. I want to talk about that. I want to try and have comedy bits on there. I want to try and be funny. It's hard to be funny. It's hard for me to be funny sometimes, I feel. But it's hard to be funny when you're just talking about one thing, and that one thing being sports. So, yeah. It's just going to be something where I can be a little more creative. I have a little more creative freedom. I still have ideas for this that I'm going to try and do for next week. And then the same thing for another starting of the season. Another season that is going to be starting. But this is just something that I want to start next week. Start this week. And have some fun with it. That's basically it. This is something that's meant for me to be having fun with. Originally, this was something for me. I'll talk about this another time. But it's just another thing to have more fun with. And just something I could be a little more creative with. So that's something that I want to do with this. So 2 episodes a week is going to be starting. 1 with sports, which I kind of feel like I should push these episodes to earlier in the week. And then the Friday episodes, because I would like to put this out, the do whatever you want episodes to come out on Fridays. So that's what's going to happen, is that's going to be Fridays. I'm going to see what happens with the football season. I'm also going to try and find a table that's less wobbly, because this is pissing me the F off. Like, what? Why is it so wobbly? I can't even twist this leg. That's something that's going to have to be figured out another time, because pretty soon I'm going to break this table in half because it doesn't stop wobbling. But I want to do Fridays a little more creative. Just not creative, a little more free. Talk about what I want. It's just going to be an LTB. It's just going to be Leading the Pack Extra. That's basically what it's going to be. So, Fridays, Wednesdays going to continue with the sports. May push those to Tuesdays, because I would like to have the Tuesdays to be talking about football when the football season starts. Although it may be hard, because that means I'm going to have to record it on Monday, or the episodes are going to have to come out later on Tuesdays. But I'm going to try and keep it to Mondays. If anything, I may talk about the Sunday games and put it on the Tuesday, and just not talk about the Monday night game, and then talk about the Monday night game later on, or just ignore that Monday night game. So that's going to be fun. But at the end of the day, it's going to be, I'm going to see if I can push it, because I also got to see with my work schedule too. For now, it's Wednesdays are going to be the sports episodes, the Leading the Pack, like whatever, like the main Leading the Pack is going to continue to be on Wednesdays. Fridays is going to be LTP extras. That's just going to be it. You can also say LTP Unboxed, LTP Unleashed, Oh, that's a good one. Leading the pack. 'Cause whatever, Wolves. But it's just going to be something for me to be a little more free with. I could talk about whatever I want. Because stuff like today where I have to talk about sports, and not much that happened with sports other than people dying, it's not going to be as fun. So, let's get into this episode. Like I said, Fridays, same time as on Wednesdays, just Fridays at 8 a.m. is going to be the episode. Maybe 7 a.m. actually. Just because this will actually be pre-recorded. I don't know. May also start putting these out at 7. We see. Just because, I don't know. It's just, I don't want to have to post at 7 a.m. saying that it's up. That's the reason why it's also whatever. But we see. But anyways, this will go up at 7 a.m. Anyways, let's get into this. So basically, this week sucked, especially for the hockey world. A lot of people died. And that's basically what this episode is gonna be about, which I don't really want it to be about. I hate talking about death on here. Death is not something that I'm afraid to be talking about, but it's just something I don't want to have to talk about on here, because the reason I'm doing this is because I don't want people to have to listen to shit like this, not think about this kind of shit. But this is pretty important because it was big this week, and it's just sad. This needs to be talked about. So this weekend, we saw 2 major events when it comes to death in the NHL community, the hockey community. So on Saturday, 3 teenage boys, and this one sucks the most. Hold on, I gotta get their ages again because this is gonna make it even worse. 3 teenage boys who I think were going to the WHL, or one of them was playing in the WHL, one was in the BCHL, and I don't remember, and I don't know what's going on for the other one. So 3 teenage boys passed away in a car crash in BC. It was in Surrey, BC. I don't want to give the details of what happened, how it happened, whatever. 3 teenage boys passed away. I'm pretty sure they were both 16 years old. One of them was actually drafted into the WHL. He was a first-round pick to get drafted in 2019 in the WHL. He just had his rookie season as well, I'm pretty sure. I think it was just his rookie season. He was also on the Canada U17 hockey team for the development cap roster in 2020. Yeah, this is just... So, okay. So, Caleb Reimer, Ronan Sharma, and Parker Magnuson. Caleb and Reimer and Sharma being 16, Magnuson being 17, passed away on Saturday in a car crash. This was 3 hockey lives that were taken just suddenly. As far as I know, it was accidentally as well. I don't know how it happened. It's tragic. It's still being investigated by the RCMP. This one just... because they're younger than me by quite a bit. 2 of them were 16. The other one was 17. They were just becoming... they're just figuring out things in life. And it's done for them. It's sad to just read about. I can't imagine how the parents must be feeling. When I saw this, I was shaken up. Not going to say as bad as the Humboldt thing, because you're comparing apples to oranges. But this is just sad to hear. These are young kids who had a bright future. One of them was drafted in the first round of the WHL. There's potential for all of them to make the NHL. But when you I'm not saying I don't want to make it sound like his life is more important, because that's not what I'm trying to do. Just because he was a first round pick, it sucks. Is just what I want to say, because this is something that you don't want to hear. When I hear things like this, it kills me. I can't even think of this kind of stuff. Like, these guys had a full life ahead of them, and it's just gone like that. Like, in an instant, it's gone. And that's just basically how life is. And that's something I'll talk about in a bit after I talk about this other one. So that one sucks. That one, it's just so sad to hear. I'm not saying that the other ones that I'm going to be talking about don't suck to hear. But if you think about it, these guys barely even experienced life. You're just learning how to drive at 16. You were still not even legal to drink in Quebec at that point. You are a child. One of them was 17. I think he would have been going into grade 12. They didn't even graduate high school. You're 17. They were going into grade 11, grade 12, I'm pretty sure. I think about it myself. Grade 11 and grade 12 were my most fun years of high school. Those were the years that I joined the football team. Those were years that I became really good friends with the people that I know now. That was such a fun year. Those were such fun years of high school. When I think back of high school and the things that I did, the stories that I tell, it's always grade 11 and grade 12. And these guys don't even get to experience that. And it just fucking kills me that this happened. I don't know if there's anybody to blame for this. I don't know if it was a freak accident. But it just saddens me. So, it deeply saddens me that this happened. My condolences go out to the family. It goes out to the families of these kids. It goes out to the teams, their friends. I hate talking about it. And I'm going to hate talking during this episode because, I hate talking about this stuff on the podcast. So next up this weekend, we also lost Rod Gilbert. I'm pretty sure that was on Saturday as well. Saturday or Sunday. Oh, today's Tuesday. Yes, Saturday. I think it was Sunday, actually. So Sunday, Rod Gilbert passed away. He was in his 80s. I can't remember now. New York Rangers legend. I think he was 80 years old. So, Rod Gilbert, New York Rangers legend. He was what? Yeah, he was 80 years old when he passed away. He was going to be turning, 80 years old. Oh, this was on the 19th. Never mind. Fantastic player for the Rangers. A New York Rangers legend. For sure. He is one of the best players that came out of the New York Rangers. Finished his career with 1,000 games played and 508 points. No, that's penalties and minutes. Wow, I'm dumb. Sorry. He had 1,021 points. So he was basically a point per game player. Fantastic player for the Rangers. When you talk about players, when you think of the players on the Rangers, you're not necessarily thinking of him. You are most likely going to think of Mark Messier. For me, for some reason, not Mike Richards. Brad Richards is one of them. You can think of Henrik Lundqvist, who actually just announced his retirement. You don't really think about Rod Gilbert, despite the fact that he is one of the best players to have played on the Rangers. So he passed away last week. It's the 4th, last week. So rest in peace, NHL legend. Yeah. Now, this next one is fairly new. The Teenagers, I'm pretty sure was on Saturday, which, fuck, that one kills. This one is, I'm not comparing it to Kobe Bryant, but it was more of a thing where when it happened, I was hoping that it was fake. So, Jimmy Hayes, former NHL player, he was drafted by the Leafs, 60th overall. He passed away yesterday. He passed away on Monday. Sorry, yesterday as in when I'm recording it. He passed away on Monday, August 23rd. He was only 31 years old. He was turning 32 this year. Now this one is still fairly new. It was an unexpected death. No, there's nothing that happened. There's nothing like out saying how it happened. So there's not really much that I can be talking about with this, but Jimmy Hayes, former Chicago Blackhawks, former Florida Panther, Boston Bruin, New Jersey Devil. He even had a stint with the Pittsburgh Penguins affiliate team. He passed away at 31 years old, and this one is just unexpected. I did not think that when I was getting ready for I think I just woke up to get ready to go to work. And then it happened. No, actually, I finished working out and then I saw it. I was laying in bed and I couldn't believe that it happened. Because he was only 31. I don't like it. There's even nothing talking about how it happened. Like nothing. It hasn't been announced yet. Like, and then you there's like nothing to there is not disclosed. He was at home when it happened, so I'm afraid to hear it. I'm afraid to hear how it happened. He just had his I'm pretty sure he also just celebrated his son's birthday the day before when it did happen, and he just had his second son. Yeah, one day after celebrating, and then I'm pretty sure he just had another kid. I think it was a son. Yeah. His son's birthday was on the 22nd when it happened. So he passed away a day after his son's second birthday. And just a few months after welcoming his new son. So this just... It was out of the blue, and you put that into context like that, it fucking kills me. It fucking kills me. He played 700 games. Sorry, he played 7 seasons in the NHL. His brother Kevin Hayes still plays for the Flyers. This is something that I just didn't expect. Nobody expected, not just me. Like nobody expected. Like I don't know how to talk about this. It's just that it sucks. It fucking sucks. This whole week for the hockey world fucking sucks. And I don't really know what else to be talking about because there was nothing else that happened. And I didn't want to talk about this episode. So I'm just going to end it off with this. Take it from me, who has seen this shit as well. Seeing reports of this is one thing, but when you see people actually go, and people know this, you know this, everybody's experienced this type of stuff. Hold on to your loved ones close because they may not be here tomorrow. And as much as it sucks for me to say, and as much as it sucks to hear, it's the truth. Be there for them. There's no reason to be miserable. There's no reason for somebody to wake up in the morning and be miserable because shit like this happens. And it sucks. I don't give a fuck what has happened. There's no reason to be miserable because the next day can all be gone. Just enjoy life and do the things that you enjoy, because when that time comes, then you won't regret it. Do what you want. Be who you want to be, and you will be happy. At the end of the day, there's no ifs, ands, or buts. If there's something that you want to do, if there's something that you want to say to somebody, even if it's I love you to your mother, your father, tell it to them. There is no excuse not to. Do what you want to do, be who you want to be, and hold those close to you. Hold those next to you close to you. It could be gone the next day. So I think that's going to be all for this week. It's a shitty episode to be listening to. But like I said, I don't want to end it like this. I don't. Fuck. It's a shitty episode to be listening to, I know. But it was a shitty week for sports, and I needed to talk about this. So, that's going to be all for this week. You can follow me on Instagram at Bonavoda. You can follow the podcast at Leading the Pack Pod. Follow me on Twitter at Bonavoda_ with the capital B, where now that Juve's on, I'm going to be screaming about them on Twitter because they disappointed me this Sunday. But that's going to be all for this week, that's going to be all for today, because again, there's going to be another episode coming out this week because I am not happy with this episode being depressing. So, I will see you guys on Friday, where I will be talking about, a little sneak peek, I will be talking about the Spider-Man trailer and how I shrieked when I watched it. Shrieked? No, don't know if that's a word. I'll see y'all on Friday and next week as well. Ciao.